The most dangerous path being walked by modern women is not one of malice, but of deception. For the last 2 generations, women have been fed a steady diet of a specific, comforting ideology. That they are functionally identical to men, that their timeline is infinite, and that biology is a social construct that can be negotiated with. This is the great deception, and the price for believing it is often paid in a currency that cannot be refunded: time. Society has convinced women to walk a path that prioritizes the masculine linear trajectory, career accumulation, status building, and finding oneself during their peak years of feminine value. They are told to delay marriage, delay children, and focus entirely on external validation in the corporate marketplace. They are promised that they can have it all, and that the family chapter can be opened at any time, just like a career change. The brutal reality, however, is that biology is not an ideology. It does not care about your degree, your job title, or your empowerment. Women operate on a biological cliff, while men operate on a biological slope. A woman's peak fertility and peak physical attraction, which are the primary drivers of male mating interest, occur between the ages of 18 and 30. This is the window of opportunity. By encouraging women to spend this entire window chasing corporate milestones that a man could achieve at 45, society is setting them up for a catastrophic collision with reality. They are walking a path where they trade their most valuable years, the years where they have the maximum leverage to secure a high-quality, high-status husband, for entry-level corporate slavery. They are spending their gold on cheap thrills and experiences, believing the gold supply is infinite. It is not. By the time they wake up to the desire for family, often in their mid to late 30s, they find that their purchasing power in the dating market has collapsed. They are walking blindfolded toward a cliff, led by a culture that will not be there to comfort them when they fall. This path is dangerous because it is irreversible. You can restart a career at 40. You cannot restart a reproductive window at 40. The grief of a missed career opportunity is temporary and fixable. The grief of a missed family is permanent and existential. Women are walking this path unaware because every magazine, every TV show, and every HR department is cheering them on, hiding the cliff edge until it is too late to turn back. The second aspect of this dangerous path is the psychological masculinization of women. To succeed in the corporate path that women are pushed toward, they must adopt traits that are inherently masculine: aggression, competitiveness, dominance, disagreeableness, and a killer instinct. These traits are highly effective in the boardroom. They are, however, poison in the bedroom. Women are walking a path where they spend 10 to 15 years hardening themselves. They build armor. They learn to fight, to argue, to lead, and to conquer. They become boss babes. Then they bring this same energy into the dating market and wonder why high-value masculine men are repelled. Here is the analytical truth. Masculinity does not desire more masculinity. A strong, successful, masculine man, the type of man these women want, is not looking for a competitor. He is looking for a complement. He wants peace, softness, support, and femininity. He faces combat in the world every day. He does not want to come home to another combatant. The dangerous path is the belief that what makes me successful in business will make me successful in love. This is false. The very traits that get a woman promoted are the traits that get her single. She is walking a path of self-sabotage, becoming harder, louder, and more independent, which is often code for unneedable, unaware that she is systematically destroying her own appeal to the men she desires. She is pricing herself out of the market by becoming a product that no high-value buyer wants. If you are realizing that the cultural narrative has misled you, and you want the raw tools to understand the true dynamics of value and attraction, then take a second right now to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Join the Psyche Lens community for more intense, unfiltered truths about the biological and psychological realities we face. The third danger of this path is the complete lack of preparation for the post-wall invisibility. Modern culture celebrates the young woman. It gives her attention, validation, and power simply for existing. She gets into the club for free. She gets the likes on Instagram. She gets the free drinks. She assumes this level of attention is her baseline reality, a permanent state of being. She is walking a path unaware that this attention is not due to her personality or her achievements. It is due to her youth and beauty. As she ages and as she persists on the path of independence and delay, she hits the wall. The wall is not just physical aging, it is the sudden, jarring loss of sexual attention and social privilege. Suddenly, the free drinks stop. The matches on the apps dry up. The high-value men who used to chase her are now chasing the 23-year-olds who have taken her place. She becomes socially invisible. For a woman who has built her self-esteem on external validation and the power of her attraction, this is a psychological crisis of immense proportions. The danger here is the lack of an exit strategy. A woman who marries and builds a family transitions her value from sexual object to matriarch. She gains a new, deeper form of value and respect as a wife and mother. But the woman who walks the path of the career spinster has no such transition. She simply goes from hot young thing to invisible middle-aged employee. She has no husband to cherish her, no children to need her, and a society that no longer notices her. This path leads to a deep, resonant bitterness. We see this in the angry Karen archetype. Women who are screaming at the world because the world has stopped paying attention to them. They are unaware that they are grieving the loss of a power they squandered. They thought they could pause time, but time simply marched on, leaving them alone with their degrees and their empty apartments. The silence of that apartment is the loudest sound in the world. The final destination of this dangerous path is legacy failure, disguised as freedom. The modern narrative sells freedom as the ultimate good. Freedom to travel, freedom to sleep around, freedom from responsibility. But freedom without purpose is just drift, and freedom without connection is just solitude. Women are walking a path where they celebrate their child-free status and their disposable income in their 30s. They mock the trad wife who is tired and covered in baby food. They feel superior, but they are looking at a snapshot, not the full movie. Fast forward 20 years. The trad wife is now the matriarch of a thriving, loving clan. She is surrounded by grandchildren. Her Christmas table is full. She is loved, needed, and has a legacy that will outlast her. She has achieved biological immortality. The woman who walked the dangerous path of career and freedom is now 60. Her career has ended or is ending. Her colleagues don't love her. They replace her. She has no children. She has no grandchildren. She is the cool aunt who is visited once a year, if that. She has her freedom, but she realizes too late that freedom is a terrible companion for old age. She faces the existential void. She realizes that a career cannot hold your hand when you are sick. A degree cannot comfort you when you are scared. A bank account cannot mourn you when you are gone. The path she walked was a path of short-term hedonism and ego gratification, paid for with the long-term price of legacy and love. This is the ultimate tragedy. These women are not bad people, they are victims of a lie. They were told that family was a burden and career was liberation. They were told that men were the enemy and independence was the god. They followed the map given to them by society, only to find that the map led to a dead end. They are walking off the edge of the map, unaware that the fall is forever. The only way to save the next generation is to burn the map and tell the truth about where the path actually leads.